Remember, the YouTube ads feed the ducks. Good morning, everybody. It's August 16th of the Duck Adventure, and we didn't do a lot of filming yesterday. Yesterday was a crazy day here. One, I had to go to town to get some more hooks and some pantyhose. I forget who mentioned that in the comments. Thanks, it was a great idea. I never even thought of pantyhose to cover the meat up so the minnows wouldn't get the the meat off the hooks. And I bought some new treble hooks because those hooks the first guy sold me at the fishing shop, he didn't know what he was talking about. And something told me too, and I had the treble hooks in my hand. He says, oh no, you don't want those. I should have just stuck with my original plan, but the ducks are going crazy. So yesterday we had an incident here. I got back from town with the hooks. The fox hadn't come here because the ducks were actually down in the swamp. And I had the shotgun on me, and I was actually right around where I'm standing now, and I look up and the fox was in the swamp with the ducks, and the ducks were just freaking coming back. It was too far away because it was like where I saw him was, I'd have to say it was about 400 feet, 500 foot, just impossible shot. Probably about 400 feet. Just an impossible shot with a shotgun, even with 00 buck. Because you've got about 150 foot, maybe 200 feet top range with a shotgun. So, and I didn't want to shoot down there and have the stray pellets hitting the ducks because he was among the ducks. So basically what I did, I took a shot and I just shot it into the bush just to make the noise, and it scared the fox away. So he never got a duck. So now I've switched to a rifle. I'm carrying a rifle now instead of the shotgun because it seems this he's hunting in the swamp. He's not coming into the yard like the last fox. So I'm using a rifle. I've got a rifle on my back, and it's like I'll be able to hit him. He's not going to get away from this one. He wants to play that game and be 500 feet from me. I've got the ability to nail him. So, and I'm actually quite excited about doing it. Actually, because I haven't shot my rifle in a long time, and I really enjoy shooting it. I really enjoyed it. Actually, it's way more fun than the shotgun. But it was. I'll just give you a shot. I'll show you where he was. The ducks are going crazy right now. I'll show you. This is exactly where he was, and there's just no way I could get a shot. See that lump of dirt? That's where I saw him. He was right where the trail is. He was cutting through, and that's where he was. And there was a whole bunch of ducks in the water, and they were just freaking. But luckily, like I said, as soon as I shot the shotgun off, made the noise, he took off, didn't get a duck. So I basically, I said, okay, I can't use a shotgun. This guy's a lot smarter. He's hunting in the swamp. And this is going to be a long-range shot, so it's rifle time. And I'm not talking 22 either. We're talking a real rifle. So I've got to be a lot more careful shooting it too, because the stray round on this thing is not a good thing. So, but the ducks won out so bad. I hope I get this fox, man. I've had it. I've had it with this guy. He's screwing up the duck adventure so bad. The ducks are staying in the yard. They're staying by the house. The yard around the house is just a mess. And the snapping turtles today are getting all new bait, all new hooks, new setup. We got to get this happening. We got to get back to normal here. Right, ducks? Just living in confinement sucks in the yard. Oh man, you wouldn't believe how much food they're eating. It's crazy. Oh, duckies. That's it. There's little midget duck. Oh, she's so precious. Oh man, I really like that duck. I don't know, she's just cute. That's it. Bottom line, I like Mrs. Gimp, but honestly, I like this duck. She's just a cute duck. I don't know if it's the way she looks at me all the time, because I'm telling you, she looks at me. I don't know what it is. It's the eye contact. She's just a precious little thing. Oh, little duck. And the crooked wing on her back. She's so cute. And she's a real trooper, man. For a handicapped duck. Just look at her. She's a cute little thing. So I've got a new, if you've noticed there, the morning rush was actually a lot better. They fan out when they come out. What I've been doing now is I've been actually getting back away from the gate and just using the zoom, because standing by the gate was causing them to veer left coming out of the pen, which was causing tripping. They were tripping on the post, basically body slamming on the post. So I've noticed that since I've been walking back and doing the zoom, that less ducks are tripping. So. But back to the feed, what I wanted to tell you. Now that they're stuck in the yard and they're not down in the swamp and they're not free ranging as much, like they're just eating around the yard, and they are venturing, around the outskirts of the yard here, but they're not going down to the lake. Feed consumption, yesterday they ate 4 bags of food yesterday. That's double. Now they're eating like the lawn is getting destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. They're eating everything everywhere. I've actually moved the water to the front of the yard because that grass over there seems to be a little rare. They haven't discovered the apple tree yet. From the chipmunks and the squirrels knocking the apples off the tree. They're all over the driveway. It won't be long. Once they find the apple tree, we know last year what the ducks did with the apple tree. They basically spent just days down there eating. Now I want to show you what a Muscovy does to itself when it gets its new feathers. Man, they're cannibalistic to themselves, which anybody that's watched the channel from last year knows. Muscovies do this to themselves. But look at this duck. This looks like it's been just attacked, but this is self-inflicted. I want to show you here. And this will clear up. Like once they get their blood feathers, and Muscovies do this to themselves. Like that looks like a lot of blood, but it's just the wings. Now, come on, turn around, girl. Of course she won't turn around because I'm filming her now. Come on. No, we can't get a shot here. Oh yeah, there. But that's what Muscovies do to themselves. And they're known. The breed is known to do that. So I moved the water down here, this part of the yard, so they can trim that part of the grass. I gotta go get some feed for them because they've eaten everything. The weather sucks. It's just nothing but rain. It's cold again today, but it's getting, it's going to be a high of 18 today. This is like a nice October day, and it's August. I'm telling you, September and October better be nice, or it's going to be. This will be probably the most depressing year, that I've experienced in a long time. Brutal winter and summer that sucks. Can't ask for much worse than that. You can't, like this cold weather. I've actually noticed the trees, and I'll give you a shot here because I just noticed this yesterday. Take a look at this. This is the leaves are already starting to change. Look at that. They're already going yellow. And if you look through the bush here, the leaves are already dying on the trees. It's bad. Actually, I was on the way home. I stopped at my buddy's place, the guy that helped me tag, and he's got a big, massive garden, and he sells produce. I had one of his tomatoes right off the plant because he's got a bunch of tomatoes that are ripe now. So much rain this year that the tomatoes had no taste. I couldn't believe it. I said to him, I said, Jeff, I can't believe this. I'm eating a tomato right off the plant, and it actually had zero taste. And his tomatoes always taste awesome. And it's just so much rain. It's just this year. I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of problems. I know I'm having a problem, so I'm hoping to get the weed whacker fired up here. I got just so much work to do with the ducks, but the ducks are, they're. I wish I could get them down to the lake. I got to get rid of this snapping turtle and this fox. Oh. All right, I'm gonna get the feed happening here for the little guys. Drag a sleigh out. Oh, we got a bunch of ducks just headed down here. Look at this. They're heading down there. I gotta cut a whole bunch more swamp too. Is another thing I gotta do. I've got to make to the left. I got to clear it out a little bit more. The ducks need a little bit more area, so I have a little more open so I can see what's going on. Because yesterday when that fox appeared, it was pretty fast. Because down there it's only about 100 feet wide, 75 feet wide, and he darted across there pretty quick. It would have been hard to get a shot. The only way you could get him is if he actually stopped. But they're headed down for their morning swim. They're just destroying the yard though. An acre of grass just getting destroyed. But not a weed anywhere. That's one thing I will say. Actually, you know what? If I could get the ducks back to the lake here and the grass could get about 10 days worth of growth, the whole place would actually look really good. Actually, there's quite a caravan here. I'll take you down. We'll go down with the ducks to the lake here. I've already been down there. Once again, the hooks were cleaned off again. But today, like I said, I got pantyhose and new hooks, and I've got some really disgusting rotten meat, which I'm actually going to have to wear surgical gloves to handle. Just look at them heading down. They're slowly destroying the swamp down here. Like, absolutely drilling the crap out of it. Well, we've got a whole bunch here coming from beside me. There's a whole bunch here headed down to the water. They're going, I guess they're swimming up the creek a little bit. Here, let's go down and see what they're doing here. I think they're actually going out to the lake. And anybody's wondering where Doug is, he's sleeping. He just won't come out in the morning. It's just too much for him. But yet if I went back there, it's so crazy. If I go out the back door, slam the door, and then walk around the house and open the front door and come in, he thinks, okay, now it's time to go, and he'll come out. But Doug's got an infection on his neck. A couple days ago, 3 days ago when we had that heat wave, I remember when we discovered, it was the day we discovered the snapping turtle. Doug we got bitten a lot by the deer fly that day, and Doug got a deer fly bite on the side of his neck, and then he was in the swamp with the dirty water, and he got an infection. So I've actually been keeping him, away from the swamp right now until the infection clears up. I've been treating it and washing it out with antiseptic and some antibiotic spray, and I just don't want him coming down. I really don't want him down here until it heals up. It's got a good scab on it now, and he's not scratching it anymore, so he's on the mend. So it's not a big deal. He doesn't come out in the morning with me. Yes, Goose, come on down. Ooh, look at the size of that bird. Oh, look at this behind me. They're following me down. Come on, ducks. Yes, we're going for a swim. It's so neat how they associate safety with me. I walk around, wherever I go, they follow me. Except I can't protect them from the snapping turtle underwater. Well, actually today, if the snapping turtle appears, I got the right weapon to finish him off. I can get about 4 feet below the surface of the water. So if Mr. Snapping Turtle appears, I could get him. Yeah, they're headed out to the lake. Actually, they're disappearing out to the lake. Right on. Yeah. Look at that. Just a duck train out. Everybody's leaving. Just a steady flow, like. Oh, mosquito got me there. Sorry about that, guys, but he was feeding on my hand. They're headed out. Sorry about the bad camera there. I want to watch them myself because I don't get to see this very often right now. And oh, we got a couple ducks stopped. Okay, why are they stopped? I think a lot of ducks, they're a little bit worried. You know, I've never liked seeing snapping turtles killed on the highway between the swamp and the lake here, down at the other end. But I'm telling you now, yesterday I was driving back from town and I was like, oh, please, man, be a dead turtle on the road. Yeah, they're headed out. I wonder how far they're gone out. They're out there swimming around. That is really bizarre that they're going out there today. Watch, as soon as I go back, they'll all come back to the yard. That's a mess of ducks went out there. And who's behind me here? Oh, look at the little guy. This guy shouldn't even be with this group. I wonder how he got through. There's a couple that snuck through. I don't know how they got through. He's a little too small, a little too yellow on his head. Oh, we got ducks. Look at them all around me. Come on, guys. Go out in the water. Get out in the middle of the lake. What are you waiting for? For me to get out of the way? But this is the fox trail, and actually you can see this trail. It's beaten down right across here. You can't see any fox tracks because the ducks have pummeled it down pretty good, beaten the path down, but he's definitely, this is where he's coming through. And unfortunately, you know, I can't use a snare or anything. Let's take a look here. Yeah, he's definitely, yeah, that's where he's jumping. Going right through there to my neighbor's place. He's, oh man, I wish I could just set traps with Doug. And the thing was, the other day, I forgot what I was doing in there. It was just not yesterday, the day before, and Doug disappeared on me down in the swamp because I've been trying to keep him out of the swamp because of that neck infection he's got from the bite. And I was working away, and I was cleaning out the metal shed, and Doug came back just covered in mud. And he was down here, he was covered in mud right up to the middle of his back, actually, so that I knew that he was deep in the muck down here. So he's catching whiff of the fox, and he keeps coming down here to I don't know, chase it, what Doug does, but so I know because I've seen him in the yard. When the ducks were doing the false alarms the other day, he would just put his head up in the air and start smelling. So the ducks were doing the false alarms, the false positives for me, and then Doug was sticking his head up a lot, smelling. So I know he's around here. I know the fox is around here. The ducks are letting me know, Doug's letting me know, but I just can't get a shot off. Well, yesterday, I saw him right here, actually right where I'm standing. Actually, it was just maybe about 10 feet in front of me. But just too much range, there's just no way. It would have been just a wasted shot, and it probably would end up hitting a duck or ducks, with a pellet. So didn't want to take a chance. Rifle's a little trickier, but I'll get him. I'm pretty good with a rifle. Especially this one. It's my favorite rifle. But I hope I get him now. This guy's got to go. He's got to go. Oh, look at Marble Duck. Moly molies. I haven't seen her in a couple days. Look at the colors on her. Look at that. That's gorgeous. What a beautiful little duck. I had, reservations about her at the beginning. I didn't know, what she was going to look like, if she was just going to be a run-of-the-mill look to her. That is a beautiful looking duck. And the blue on the feathers, like, my God, that's a gorgeous looking duck. Come on, give me a turnaround. Oh, that's it. That is a beautiful looking duck. Just look at her. Oh, that's a gorgeous duck. Oh, they're still heading out. There's another group going out. Yeah, we got a good rush to the lake today. I hope they don't have any snapping turtle problems today. There's not many. Oh, there's still a lot of ducks in the yard. I thought, most of them were gone, but look at this. There's still 50 or 60, maybe 80 ducks up there. More and more coming down, though. I think it's because I'm standing down here. It's the only thing that makes any sense this morning. For so many to come down here. It's got to be because I'm here. Hello, ducks! Come on down! Oh, this is just actually, and I wasn't going to film this morning. I was actually going to just come out and do my thing and, take it easy today, but I'm glad I did. This has turned out to be pretty good footage. We got a good amount of them went to the swamp. Oh, look at that Drake. He wants a little bit of nookie. And it looks like we got a good, amount went out to the water there. They're definitely out in the lake. I just wish they'd got farther out in the water. Get them out of the creek. The creek's the problem. Because that's where the snapping turtle is going to come up to get them. They're just destroying the swamp, though. They're seriously doing the roots in here. Look at the mold on this. This bird looks bad. Like, look at how rough that bird looks. The molt is crazy. That's why I'm getting no eggs. I got one single egg yesterday. No, they're probably also dropping them around the property. But I know with the molt, there's not much is happening. Alright guys, well, I'm going to go and have my coffee. And, you know, I got to drag some feed out for these guys. I just wish I could have it all down here instead of up at the yard. But until I get this fox, I can't really, you know, feed them down here in the swamp. Just to, you know, basically have them as sitting ducks waiting for a fox to show up. So, unfortunately, that's the way it is right now on the duck adventure. It just sucks. Especially with that big lake out there for them to be on, you know, it's like, it's, yeah, more and more are heading out. Less and less are hanging around in here. Maybe they're getting their courage, you know? They sort of need it, they didn't. But no, they keep it at, they keep stopping at the same spot. They're doing it again. Right there. It's like a traffic jam. That's the exact same spot again. I wonder if the turtle's under the water there. You know? Like the ducks are just stopping. I'm gonna go over there and see what's going on. I really should turn the camera off and have the gun ready, just in case I can get some shots off. Oh, now they're going ahead. That's just weird how they're stopping in that same spot. But I gotta get down here with the weed whacker and I gotta cut this area wider because that, like I said earlier, that fox, I was too quick. And it's not wide enough down here for me to get a shot off. I've got to cut this back about 30 feet more right here. All of this has to get trimmed back so it opens it up because the fox, this is where he's cutting through. So I've got to make it more open so that this whole area is, actually I think today I'm going to do that no matter. I'm going to hold off working on the feeder because this is more important than making the feeder. I can keep throwing food, you know, in the sleigh at night. But I think I'm going to come down here today and do this. Rain or not, I'm just going to come down and do it. Because I need to get this opened up. Like if I trim all this back, you know, come back right from that tree, the brush there, and come all the way back up to here and cut her back about 25, 30 feet. It'll make it wide enough here that when the fox cuts across, I get lots of time to get a shot off. Because this is where, this is exactly, actually you can see, I'll show you here, the spot where the fox is going through. Right here. There's his trail. That's where he's cutting through. And it's, you know, it goes right here. He's cutting across, right over there. So I've got to make it so wide here that, you know, it's just, the fox is going to come out and I'm going to get lots of time to get a shot off. Anyways, I'm going to get my coffee and I think that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to screw working on the feeder. I really wanted to work on the feeder, but I got to make it so the ducks are more comfortable down here. I gotta make it more comfortable. So I'm going to be living on the end of a weed whacker this afternoon, I think. That's the plan. That's today's project. I've just decided. So, all right, guys. Sorry for the long ramble on here this morning, but I'm so happy I did it because it was a good video. Getting the ducks going, that many ducks going to the lake. Considering, they've been living in the yard. Oh. But listen, look at some of the, they're just destroying down here the vegetation. Oh, duckies. They're so cute. All right, I'm headed up to have a coffee. I just was walking up here and I was thinking, oh my god, my yard's awful loud. There's a lot of quacking going on. I want to show you here. There's a lot of ducks still here. But I guess when you've got, well, how many ducks do I got floating around here? I think there's 600 that are free ranging right now. With the other, and there's still 100 to go to be let out. So there's 600 ducks. So I just want to take you over here. I'll show you. Look at this. There's at least 70 ducks over here. Oh, there's Goose Lee. Everybody's there's so much water. I don't believe this August. Like it's bad. It's bad. Oh, my ducks rock. And the geese are eating stumps now. Oh, you guys. Alright, well, I'm going to go and have my breakfast, have a coffee, so that I can get the weed whacker going, because I'm going to cut that way back today. I'm going to do a whack of cutting in the swamp, and we'll make it a little harder for Mr. Fox to cut through. Well, today's been an interesting day. It's rained all day, like all day. It's I can't believe it just stopped. I never got to cut the bulrushes. I got the weed whacker going, got out in the rain. And the spark plug, I guess it's not totally grounded, or the insulation on the wire or something, but I kept getting shocks from the weed whacker, and I said, I'm not doing this. So that's tomorrow's project. But I ended up washing the pen out because it was absolutely soaked, and the poop would just dissolved. So the ducks got a clean pen for tonight. And then I power washed all the old nesting boxes. But I'm just soaked to the bone. Poor Doug. He's absolutely soaked. He wants to go inside so bad. The poor guy. The rain, he's not a big fan of it, but he puts up with it. But right now he's soaked, absolutely soaked, and he keeps going to the door and looking at the door. I gotta give him a shower before I can let him in. He's just filthy. But the ducks today did something really surprising. About 80% of them went to the lake. I was laying out the new turtle bait, which I end up using a called duck that I had in the freezer. A duck that I called, I forget what the deal was on. I don't think I videoed it when I had to call it, but I ended up using it. Plus the rotten one, which was absolutely disgusting. It was bad. The smell. It was really nasty, actually. So I got some big bait down there with treble hooks. None of them curved hooks that the Doug. He just, I don't know what is with that dog and the Muscovies. He goes right to them. But anyways, I got big treble hooks. Well, they're not really big, but they're treble hooks, and we can hopefully tomorrow. And the meat is floating because there were some feathers on them, and there was a couple duck heads that I put down there. That one was rotten, one was not. So, but I just I didn't feed the ducks today. And I think that's why they went to the lake, because there was nothing down here. There's nothing in the pen to eat, and while I was power washing the nesting boxes over there, they're all nice and clean over there, and they're stacked up. Tomorrow I'm going to pile them up and tarp them. But
the feed, I put 2 bags of feed in, 160 pounds, gone in an hour and a half. So I just threw another bag in for tonight, topped everything up. So, but they inhaled 160 pounds of feed in an hour and a half. It was so I've got to come up with a good feeder really soon. After I get the bulrushes cut, which is tomorrow's project, I got to get the bulrushes cut some more to make it harder for Mr. Fox to sneak up. These little pigs in here are eating about 75 pounds of crumble a day. They're just pounding the food down. So I figure, the 19th is 30 days for them, but I think because the flock's so big, and that, the flock's so big, and there's so many mature ducks around, I think I might go 35 days with them. I might go an extra 5 days. So that'll make it like the 24th of August before I'll let them out. Just so that they're not really small. Give them a little better chance among the horde, because there's a lot of horde here. But they were basically, the ducks were playing in the rain all day. That's what I like about ducks. When it comes to bad weather, they don't need a building. They don't want a building. They were like today. They were everywhere. The only critters that were inside the shed were 5 chickens. That was it. Everybody else was out, digging in the mud, rooting, lots of drilling going on. Yard's got tons of holes, absolutely just a ton of holes. But it was so cool seeing so many of them go down to the lake today. But I couldn't even take the camera. I was going to put the pivot heads on, but I needed my other glasses because I was laying the turtle bait, and I didn't want to put a hook in my hand, so I needed to see what I was doing. But it was pretty cool seeing so many ducks down there. And no sign of a snapping turtle, no freaking out, nobody panicking today. But then again, even though it was raining, Doug and I were out here all day, and Doug's been actually, because it's cooler, Doug's wound right out. Hot weather, Doug's really lazy, but the cooler weather like today is only with a high of 16. Doug was just going nuts running, like he was absolutely going crazy running the property. So and running the bush, deep into the bush, and so it's like, if there was something in the bush, it was Doug spooked it. It's gone. So today, anyways. But Doug's just stalking a Muscovy. Oh, that dog, Muscovies. I don't know what it is. I'll show you. Look at this. He saw the Muscovy in there, in the water, and he had to go in. And it's like, it's only the Muscovies. I don't know what it is. It's bizarre. Actually, Mo today was chasing a Muscovy female, and Doug intervened, and Mo, he basically blocked Mo. Oh, Doug's taking off. Something's in the bush. He just took off warp. He's so cool if Doug came back with a fox in his mouth. Actually, the ducks just came running towards me. Alright people, I gotta grab the shotgun just in case this is an encounter. Well, whatever that was, it's gone. But there was something, because all the ducks came into the yard, and then as soon as Doug and I went into actually Doug was ahead of me there, he just took off. I went into the bush. All the ducks calmed down. I guess, they knew that it was gone. There's still a little bit, they're staring at me. But anyways, Doug's been doing that a lot today. So maybe Mr. Fox has been around, but I gotta show you this. Look at the dirt of these ducks. This is what they have been doing all day. Come on, I gotta get a good shot of this. Look at that. That's a mud duck. That's what they've all been doing today. He's just digging in the mud. Unbelievable. And there's a lot of them like that. Actually, there's some more down here. Mud ducks. Anyways, I gotta have a shower. I gotta get cleaned up. Gotta get dried out too. I'm soaked. I'm soaked right to the bone. I'm damp, cold. Gotta give Dougie a shower here too, because he's really dirty. So, not a lot of action today. A lot of work. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow we'll have better luck on this hunt. maybe tomorrow morning I'll go out and we'll see the new bait traps, and we'll have a turtle or a couple turtles. Who knows? Anyways, that's it, guys.